Hello and welcome to Flashback Generations episode 21.
Hello.
We got a special one today where we're talking about one of the main characters in Star Wars, so if you've heard of that film. Yeah, Luke Skywalker, covering that guy. He was most famous for
standing on Irish cliff top staring moodily.
He's most famous for being the main character. Yeah, so we got, you know, it feels like we should have maybe done him first, but we didn't. Here we are in episode 21, and let's go. So Pete, do you want to run us through his characteristics?
Yeah. So Luke Skywalker, hero of the rebellion, or terrorist, depending on your point of view. 10 points is an elite red card. 10 points. His keyword is Force user. His stats are as follows: health 10, it's a big chunk of health. Speed 5, faster than your average guy. Defense 1 white dice, as you'd expect for a big hero of the rebellion. Attack, shooting attack, blue, green, yellow.
Blue, green, yellow.
So the three dice is
blue, green, yellow. He's actually got really good range and really good.
That's a decent
surge.
gun. Decent gun for a pea shooter. Yeah. On the picture, he's got a stolen E11. So you know, go figure. His surge abilities are he's got a flat out +1 block triangle. Yeah, I said that, Force user side. Yeah,
the Force user. Yeah,
we'll get to that, Force user. So he's always got +1 block, which is nice. Then he's got
that is nice because he's got a white dice, which is our least favourite. But you know, with the +1 block, makes a white dice pretty meaty.
Yeah, a blank is a block all the time.
I'll point out as well, it's 10 life with 10 points. That's doesn't seem like a great deal so far, but keep on going.
But yeah. He's got surge +2 damage. So on a blue, green, yellow dice, that's nice. He's got surge +2 accuracy, again with a yellow dice mixed in. You know, he doesn't miss very much. And he's also got, and this is the bit about the health, surge recover 2 health.
Yes. That's why he doesn't care.
This guy is a nightmare against you know, my list, because he just eats stormtroopers and grows in stature as he does so.
I'll tell you what, this guy late game is impossible to take down.
Yeah.
Impossible to take down, and he smashes everything. It's the early game, if you can kill him, that Luke will fall.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you know, I've fought him so many times, and I've always thought, right, if I can take him down in turn 1, turn 2.
You need to crush him very rapidly, don't you, early on, when you've got the numbers to do it. Anyway, that's not all he's got. So he's got a special action, Saber Strike. Perform a melee attack using 1 red and 1 yellow die. This attack gains Pierce 3.
That's so good.
So he's rolling a red and a yellow die, so that's, well, I don't know, 2 to 4 or 5 damage. This
is what I found with the red and yellow. He'll do probably that extra 3 damage with the red, and then he'll get a surge and a damage, so there's 4 damage. Your opponent's not blocking any, then he'll get the +2 damage. Luke's
the trouble is,
he
can use his surge abilities on that Saber Strike as well, can't he? Because it's inherent, It's his inherent surge things. So yeah, that's a nightmare.
And
so
the Pierce 3 just means that no, don't bother rolling that black dice.
Yeah, that's true. It basically removes.
It's black. Anyone with black die, he is anti-black.
Well, you should roll it because you might block one of his surges that'll recover 2. So if he gets, I don't know, damage, and a surge or something, you need to roll it because you might stop him healing himself as you fall to the floor decapitated.
Do you want to hear something funny about that?
Go on then.
The best character he is at fighting, I think statistically, I read this somewhere, and I thought about it and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, is Darth Vader. Really? Yeah, 2 black die and Darth Vader gets to reroll, but like it doesn't matter because he's just like great. He got some Pierce 3, so Luke Skywalker is better at fighting his lightsaber than Darth.
Yeah, Vader's got issues, hasn't he? He's got issues.
Yeah, I don't know. That's sort of something sounds wrong there.
And that's not all he does. He also is inspiring. While another friendly figure within 3 spaces, so that's quite a range, is attacking, it may re-roll 1 die. So he gives everyone within 3 spaces of him a targeting computer, basically. So that's huge.
I never, you know what, I've used Luke and I've never actually thought about that.
Oh, you should do so. It's good value for money, that.
Yeah, no. You know, when you got your stormtroopers with their training and they get to re-roll when they're next to each other and stuff, he just says, no, everyone can just do it.
Yeah, so for 10 points, this guy, like, he's just, well, he's everywhere at the moment, isn't he? Everywhere. I mean, just on his own with his card, that's good enough, isn't it?
He's amazing.
But there's, as you know, anybody who's gone around the tourney scene at the moment will know there's there's a good couple of ways of making him even better.
You know, like, I find that when Luke rolls an X, it's usually because he's getting someone's shooting something quite heavy at him.
Yeah.
He's very good at avoiding things. You know, with his +1 inherent block built in, and a white die. A lot of people will have 3PO next to him or whatever as well.
3PO throws out surge cancel, is it? Or is it? Yeah.
So suddenly Luke just cannot take damage.
Yeah, because he'll have block surge from 3PO and himself, and then he's got a white die.
Yeah.
He's usually got a bit of a spoiler. There's usually deflections going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
The deflection command card, which, what does it do now? It knocks 2 off the accuracy of any incoming attack.
Yeah.
And if
you get to attack them back.
Yeah, you get to throw some damage back at them in some way.
But like even things like out of sequence attacks. So Leia or that fish, the mermaid.
Yeah.
You know, like they get to make Luke attack again, and suddenly Luke.
Well, that's why you always seen Leia. That's the big list at the moment, is Luke and Leia together.
Leia activating last and Luke going first, because Luke can go in there and shoot some people.
Yeah.
People try and kill Luke. Leia goes in, says, "Luke, here you go, heal yourself again."
Yeah. So basically, with Leia lets I don't know, a friendly figure nearby shoot the same figure as she just shot. So he's getting to shoot twice, and the big danger there is he's he's healing himself when he shoots, and then healing himself with his extra shot. So he's just, you know, he's recovering 4 health a turn, and it's just a nightmare to kill him.
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, I very nearly lost a game. No, I did lose a game against him the other day, because I took all my stormtroopers. I had him, Leia, Diala, Pasco, or whatever her name is, the usual other chumps, 3PO, Gideon, a couple of troopers coming at me, and I made the mistake of throwing everything and everybody at Luke, and of course he just didn't die. And then I'd had it, because he's shooting a stormtrooper off, recovering health while he does it, you know, and he was basically fully healed back up after another couple of rounds.
And you've exhausted yourself.
And I'm losing I'm losing 2 troopers a turn to him, just him, never mind the rest of them, you know. So it was a big mistake to shoot Luke. What I should have done was take out Leia, who's a little bit more killable, take out 3PO, just remove all the stuff around him if possible, and then you can either run away and ignore him, you know, or then think again, if you've got enough troops, maybe taking him on again.
Yeah, I do think that
it's a tricky prospect, though.
You're going to go for him or not. You have to. It's either
if you go for him, you have to go soon, early, and very hard. Like, you've got to. If you can activate 2 squads in a row, do it. If you can get focuses on beforehand, do it. Do everything. Throw everything at him. Take him down. If you don't kill him in one go, he's just going to heal up again.
Luke has to be worried. You have to get the rebel player worried that they're going to lose Luke too easy.
Yeah.
But you know what? The 10 life does evaporate.
It does evaporate, yeah, but it also comes back very quickly. That's the trouble. So it's all or nothing. You either ignore him and kill all his support, or make sure you crush him utterly in one round.
Let's talk about what lists he good in and bad in.
Well, he's good with Leia, as we've said already, isn't he? Very good with Leia.
He can work with anyone who makes him activate again.
The mermaid woman I've forgotten about, even though it's only a couple of weeks since we reviewed it.
Yeah.
Whatever her name was.
Oklahoma, whatever.
Hula.
Yeah, she actually does her special big thing where she gets to, you know, her and someone else gets to shoot. You can really plan that with Luke, because Luke's got good range as well as her.
Yeah.
And then the 2 of them can look through models or whatever. Who else is? I guess, you know, like, you see a lot of people trying out the Luke, Han, Chewbacca list.
Well, yeah, so it's more fluff. Well, a little bit more fluffy, I guess. You know, the original movie gang. I don't think you can fit them all in. You can't fit R2, 3PO, Han. You can't fit Chewie, Luke.
Chewie's.
You end up dropping one of the droids, don't you? But yeah, there's the fluff way to go. But that kind of dies, because then.
Go that way.
Hang on, directional.
I'll get the next one.
Yeah, next one, sorry, next one.
Yep.
Sorry, so yeah, the fluff lists, it's just, all I see these days is Luke and Leia, you know.
Yeah.
I think we're stuck with it for a good long while, yeah.
He's very elite. The thing with Luke is I don't think he really works outside of elite. You know, you can't, I can't see Luke working very well if you decided to take a big smuggler fast list and then Luke in there. His force user is one of his problems actually, because it doesn't relate to any other command cards.
Yeah.
So you know, you're only taking these command cards to put in there. Sorry, you can work with Diala quite well because she's obviously a force user as well.
Yeah.
But you need to.
That's what I saw the other day. Yeah.
He's otherwise he's lacking a little bit in options. You know, he doesn't have the trooper and support or anything to give other people, which I quite like because you can't have everything. You know.
Yeah. To be fair though, if you're playing against him, if you manage to kill him, you've probably won. Yeah. I would say.
If you do it early as well.
You probably do celebrate. That's 14 points. You know, you're getting on for half the points you need.
14 points, and so the rebels have nothing hard hitting anymore.
Yeah, because
the hard hitter. Yeah.
Yeah. You do get the occasional Diala. Leia's not to be sniffed at either, even after Luke dies. Well, then you're looking at 3PO, Gideon, and a couple of troopers usually. Yeah, so yeah, he makes me sad, in a good way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, let's talk about the command cards then. Well, we'll talk about 2 command cards that Luke can use.
Yeah, so I'll go with the boring one first, which is meditation, force user only.
Yeah.
2 points, and you can have 1 in your deck. And it says special action during your next activation. What?
It's rebel only as well.
Oh yeah, rebel only. Yeah. During your next activation, you may perform 1 additional action. Do you know, I've not seen this used, I don't think.
It's a very strange one. That's during your next activation.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, talk about...
It's transferring an action to your next go.
Yeah.
Weird. For 2 points as well. I'm missing a trick here.
I don't like it, because your opponent then knows that Luke is amazing the next turn.
Yeah.
It makes you crippled in that turn. For 2 points? Oh, that should be a 0
I suppose it's building up for the big fight. You know, you sneak up to the corner, round 1, and then you do this, and then round 2, when battle's starting to join, you go insane. Mind you, you can't attack twice.
No, so you're foregoing.
He can run across the whole map if he wants to. He can run across the map and press a button. What else can he do?
That's the thing.
If he does his saber strike, well, he can. Well, okay, he can run 10 and then do a saber strike, or run 10 and shoot somebody.
But your opponent knows that you're going to do that. Because this is the turn before you're doing it. So your opponent's sitting there going, "All right, next turn Luke's gone mental. Okay, well, let's get ready for that."
Yeah, they will probably back off and you know, make a nice circle for him to stand in the middle of.
It costs an action as well, and this is your big hard hitter that your opponent knows that you're going to have to get involved.
Yeah.
If you just did this,
this is no good late game, is it?
Oh, it's rubbish. But your opponent's going to just think, "Oh, great, he didn't attack with Luke this turn because he's too busy
meditating."
I don't know. I don't rate it. I think it's now there is the fact it costs 1 of those actions. You know, you can use another card to say, yeah, you can use that and stun yourself. I think, but then what's the point?
Yep.
You know, it just sort of feels a bit like.
Yep. So a weird one.
I don't know. Maybe there's other ways to activate that trigger. Do you think? Is there better ways to get it off? I just don't. I just don't think.
What's the one that lets you do the same special action twice? Is that single purpose? No, but you can't use a card twice. You couldn't use single purpose and then meditate. No, there's no way around that. No.
I'm thinking of the one that you can use 3 actions as long as you use that, one of them. But then what's the point? Because then you're stunned at the end of the turn.
Oh, that's I forgot what it's called.
You know what the one I'm talking about. But you know, it's sort of. I just think that
after you perform a special action, perform another action, then you are stunned.
You're telling your opponent.
Yeah, I'm going to push next turn.
This is what I'm doing next turn. Now, I'll tell you one mission that would work really well in. That one where you have to get to the room with the Royal Guard jump. where the door opens.
Oh, what, the little cupboard?
Yeah, so suddenly Luke can move 15 and run that way. You know,
yeah.
Get in there no matter where the door's open. But it's still a big ask to do something silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's a jump card. He's a Force user. It's a Luke only card as well. I don't get it.
Yeah, unless we're reading it wrong in some way. Perform one additional action. It doesn't say. Does that include special actions? Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah, but you can only attack once on a turn.
You can. It doesn't let you attack twice, which would be more useful. Nope, not into that one. So
jump card.
We'll crash on.
Yeah.
So this is the big card for Luke. So it's his named card. It's Son of Skywalker. Can only be used by himself. And it's 3 points, and you can have one in your deck.
Everybody knows what this card does already.
Everybody knows what it does. Everybody knows if you see Luke deployed on the board that this is in the deck.
My mum probably knows what this card does.
After a figure resolves an activation, ready your deployment card. So is there any subtlety to this that we don't know about? So basically, use this card. Luke's going to get another activation in the round, which is annoying because he's so awesome. The real filth thing is Leia's got the thing, battlefield, whatever it is, where she can spend a surge to go and find a card that's been discarded and put it back into the deck. So with Luke and Leia, this card comes round and round and round 2 or 3 times. You know, so you can imagine Luke shooting, Leia shoots, then makes Luke shoot again. Yeah. Then she during that shot she pulls this card back out the discard deck, so he gets to use it again in a future round. It's just, you know, multiplying or adding turns to Luke's, adding activations to Luke over and over and over.
It makes him crazy, insane good.
Yeah.
Makes him, well, I don't know about the best character in the game, but that card makes him the best.
Yeah.
The best character.
This is the only card that up until now, and we've just had the latest wave, that makes me think about spies and spy cards. And early days, but I was leafing half asleep through the new wave cards, and there's more spy cards that interfere with the opponent's deck in different ways.
Oh, they're looking great. There's new characters. We're talking about wave 5 here.
Right, is it 5? I never keep track of the numbers.
Whatever. The one with all the spies coming out.
There's a way to destroy this card or stop its use.
You spend your own value, and you know.
Yeah, all that sort. There's something like that coming. So, with any luck, this card will be nerfed a bit. But yeah. Not sure on that yet, but yeah, I mean, this card is awesome. So if you've got to take a loot, you need to take this. You probably need to take a droid as well, to use devotion to pull it out for you, so you know it's in your hand. You're not relying on the random draw to bring it in. You're probably going to take Leia, so that you can, once you've used it, you can spend one of her surges to put it back in the deck, and so on and so on. You know, it's Luke, Leia, this card, and a droid with devotion. That's the start of your list, basically, for the meta.
C-3PO usually, because that's
because he's cheap and he does other stuff as well.
There you go. We've built half your list without even.
Yeah, that's the list at the moment.
Yeah, without even breaking a sweat there.
I wonder how many copies we'll see of it today out of all the players that have got.
Anyone who's a rebel list will probably have those 3 characters.
Yeah,
I don't, but you know.
Well, you're experimenting with weird stuff, aren't you?
I am, yeah. All is weird stuff.
But it's kind of he's kind of the Royal Guard champ of this year, isn't he?
I'm really happy that he's a wave 1 character. Yeah. And he's still in the game.
Well, there is that, yeah.
That's
I mean, he is Luke Skywalker. He's supposed to, you know, win a lot and not die.
But he's even gone through bouts where he hasn't been in the meta. So so the whole game has actually evolved. It hasn't just been like, oh, you have to take Luke because that'll win you the game every single time. The game's as FFG do all the time. It does fluctuate between.
He can be beat. I mean, like you say, it's all about that strike. When you hit him, you've got to hit him hard. You've got to take away his white dice if you can. You know, with surprise attack or element of surprise. You know, you've got to. If three red stormtroopers don't do it, then use squad tactics or whatever it is, swarm tactics, and activate another one. Yeah, if they can be focused beforehand by throwing away one of those red troopers so that the other one gets focused, do it. You know, and so on and so on and so on. Throw grenades, throw everything, throw the kitchen sink, litter bins, bottles, you know, and bad language. You've got to kill him in one go. If you do that, you've won. If you don't, you're very rocky ground.
It's strange though, because he's 10 points, so he's a quarter of the opponent's list.
Yeah.
So
he's well worth it, isn't he?
To feel like because your description there makes it sound like he's 3/4 of their list.
Well, he effectively, I don't know. If somebody sat down and every game that a Luke Leia droid list has won, how much of it was killed by Luke? It's probably most.
Luke, yeah.
He does all the work.
All right.
But yeah, he's good. If you love your rebels, you need this guy, and if you've got the core game, you've already got him. So.
What do you think of the model?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I painted this one. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I like. Do you know what? I like his colour scheme as well.
Yeah, he's. I went with a pale flesh. Not tan. Although he probably should be tan, but for some reason he's not tanned in the film because he only just showed up on the plane. That's why. His nightie, dressing gown, whatever it is. I just painted it very off-white, cream colour. And then I washed it with sepia, and then I highlighted it heavily back up.
I think every time you see him on the board, he looks great. I think he's a nice model. And
it's good flowing robe sort of thing. His little gun is accurate to the film as it can be at that size.
Quite dynamic as well. I like the way he's in a pose where he's actually doing something.
Yeah. If you squint and hold a miniature back and paint it sympathetically, you can get it to kind of look like the guy as well, a bit. They've got the basic structure right on the face. It's all good. Good mini. The hair's correct and everything.
It is, yeah. Okay. Well, cheers for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye.